fun, just the entrance is so different from the Hannah entrance to the Miley entrance, because you get to see Hannah come down onto the stage and you get to see Miley rise up, because I'm underneath the stage and I come up and my jacket says Miley on the back, and it's really fun just to have that moment where all the kids' mouths, they just drop. They're like, okay, that's a girl that we've never really seen before.
And what is it like to be able to share the Miley side, the real you, with your audience?
It's so great because there's so many things that I've been like majorly a part, which you get to see in the 3D movie too. Me and Kenny kind of coming up with this whole idea for the tour. Like with one of my songs, Good and Broken, $1 from all our tickets from this tour goes to the kids at City of Hope. That whole song is basically about that. So there's so many things that like I get to tell them while I'm on stage for only 40 minutes, and it's like amazing. Well, one of my friends, who I just became kind of close with, was Hilary Duff, which that's who I always said was like a big inspiration because me and her were so much alike. And then also when I finally got to talk to her, it was like so nice to get to see what kept her going and what kept the fire underneath her, which was great.
You are so lucky to have such a great band, you know that?
No.
And that's coming from a guy that plays every Indian casino between the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific.
How is your dad with dates?
My dad, he's really cool. He's really definitely like trustworthy, and me and my dad are on that thing where until I really, really mess up, we're like this. He's really cool.
Well, you're really good about not really messing up.
Oh, so far. Anytime I have messed up, they're definitely always underneath the microscope, and that's really, really hard. But I think that also keeps me going because it's kind of like, instead of having a consequence where, you know, I'm grounded, it's like, oh great, now the whole world knows, you know, what's going on in my life, and that's really the most difficult part. You're never safe.
When you want to run out to go to the grocery store, do you feel like you have to constantly brush your hair and put makeup on? Or
right.
Is it easier being not living in LA?
That's kind of the hard, like yesterday, me and my sisters were going out and we were both in like grungy looks. I had just gotten off my plane. I flew all night to get here for this premiere, and I had on like baggy sweats and like a really nasty t-shirt and my hair all messed up, and it was like the first thing I did when I got out of my car. People were starting to take my pictures, you know, people were noticing me in the store that I was at. It was like totally crazy, so I'm like, you know, that does kind of stink.
Does it stress you out that people are going to see you being you, grungy,
it
no
does.
makeup?
The other day I was on some website and someone was like, ew, look at this picture of her with no makeup on. Like, that's terrible. But then again, it's kind of like the 3D movie, you get to see like the reality of it. And the reality is that I've not always made up and not always perfect, which I think, you know, people that do run into me on the streets really see that like I'm not always all glammed out.